Good morning, everyone. I hope this video works. I'm having some technical difficulties this morning, and it's not from a lack of caffeine. My computer is just running really slowly. But anyway, happy Wednesday, May 27th of 2020. And let's start by looking at our number talk from yesterday. It was What's Missing Monday, even though it was Tuesday. Alright, so it should look familiar to you. We should have our unit green column, our blue tens column, and our red hundreds column. And in this you were finding what is missing. Over here you would have been able to either use your subtraction strip board, or if you have figured out the pattern, the addition fingerboard. Over here in our tens column you probably would have to use something like the stamp game, small or large bead frame, or abstract if you're at that point. But the same sort of pattern over here works here as well. And then lastly, we reviewed this in a number of our math groups last week, looking at our memory division problems, and then figuring out how we could find what is missing. So go ahead, pause the video, check your work, circle any that were incorrect. Alright, for today's number talk, we have some more of those fun story problems that I know you all enjoy. And I went and provided an answer, some of which were true, others of which were incorrect, and you would indicate that they are false. So have fun with those ones, and I look forward to reviewing them with you tomorrow. Yesterday, we read The Value of Helping, a story about a woman named Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman is in fact our main character, and we learned a few things about her. We learned that she was born into a family of slaves. She was owned by another human, and that human expected her and her family and all the other slaves to work very, very hard, and they lived in the south of the United States in in an era where it was legal to own slaves. And so they would be like your workers, but you wouldn't pay them. And Harriet felt very strongly that this was unfair, as I'm sure all of you would feel as well in that situation. And she was determined to escape from this slavery and make her way to freedom, which her father told her was in the north. If she would follow the North Star, she would make her way to the northern part, or the northern states of the United States, where slavery was illegal. And one day, Harriet did decide to leave, and she followed the North Star. But along the way, she encountered many support characters who helped get her from the south to the north, all the while trying to avoid or elude other support characters who we might say are unsupportive characters. But that's kind of our cast of characters and where all of this is taking place. So for today, I want you to think about the conflict. Now remember, the conflict is the problem. Every story is going to have a conflict, otherwise what's the point? So what is the conflict in our story about Harriet Tubman? And then all good stories will have a resolution, a way that problem is solved, overcome. So think about those two. Either record those sentences or share them orally with a parent or someone who's there. And tomorrow we're going to start looking at the theme and the moral from the story as well. Alright, well yesterday I read to you about the world's largest biome that covers more than 70% of the earth, has many animals and plants from microscopic zooplankton and phytoplankton to the large whale family and beds of kelp. Some of the oldest inhabitants of Earth live here. In fact, this plays a prominent role in our story, The Island of the Blue Dolphins. That biome is the ocean. ocean takes up a huge space. 70% of the Earth is made up of oceans. And inside of the ocean are many smaller ecosystems, smaller biomes. In our story, we've heard about tide pools. That's a micro-ecosystem. We have talked about coral reefs when we were studying Australia. That is a micro biome or a smaller ecosystem within the large ocean. All right, today's clue. This biome is made of bogs, swamps, and marshes. They are waterlogged, meaning they're full of water. They are important wildlife areas that support many different types of plants and animals. There are both freshwater and saltwater versions of this biome. Where am I? Tune in tomorrow to find the answer to that. We'll review kind of what the conflict and resolution of this story is, discuss the theme and the moral, review some number talk, and kick off our Thursday. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in small group presentations.